interesting because you guys have got a very different system to us.
Yeah. Well, it'd be like what, like 50 centimeters or something?
Well, I mean, if you got a pizza that is 50 centimeters, let me share my screen with you now. Over here.
It's amazing. It's
Okay.
the gums like not on the pizza.
Right. So you're saying to me,
You're all talking at once.
you're saying that your pizza is approximately 45 centimeters across.
Yeah.
And our large pizzas are 36 centimeters across.
That's tiny.
Well, you say it's tiny, but most people, if they eat a pizza this size, it would be equivalent to your small pizza. But when I first visited New York, you know, in South Africa, when we go to a pizza restaurant, we order a large, and that's how big it is. I got to a pizza place and I said, could I have a large? And they brought me one. I kid you not. The pizza was probably about 85 centimeters, which if this over here is 18 inches, then this one was 36 inches.
What?
And I had no idea that it was going to be that big. It was basically a UFO covered in cheese. It was insane, absolutely insane. So I learned very quickly that you go for slices. Otherwise, you're going to eat way more pizza than you need to. I see a hand up. Yes, what would you like to ask?
You know, Sophia and Kari were talking about Snickers, and they're going to be very surprised that I can't have Snickers. What? Why not? Because I'm allergic to caramel.
You're allergic to caramel?
I feel that's the worst allergy ever.
No, I've heard people that are allergic to ice cream. It really gets bad if you're allergic to ice cream. Yeah, what were you going to ask? Mm-hmm.
So, in New York, there's a restaurant right near, not a restaurant, a pizza place right outside our school. Oh, yeah. Famous cream.
What is it called?
Amiglia.
Amiglia.
And those big.
Now there's one more thing I need to ask you. This is also very unusual. What toppings do you guys normally have on pizza?
Oh, cheese and pineapple.
And earthworms.
No! Stop trying to ruin us.
Earthworms sound good.
Pineapple pizza. No earthworms.
More for us.
I like pineapple pizza. It's so good. How do you not like pineapple pizza? Because pineapple pizza is good. Pineapple pizza is Hawaiian pizza, right? Buffalo chicken pizza is good. What?
Okay. Buffalo chicken pizza.
And pineapple pizza was made in Canada.
Right. Well, let me just say this. You guys are clearly having a special day today.
Yeah, it's a very generous description, Steve.
Okay, well, I was trying to be a little bit generous. So I've got some brain teasers to see if you guys are going to be focused now.
Steve,
what would you like to ask?
Proof that your life is a lie. Hawaiian pizza was invented in Canada.
Well, you know, Hawaiian pizza is basically ham and pineapple in South Africa. Is it the same over there?
Yeah.
And you know what? A lot of foods have been invented, but not in the country that you would think. So, for example, if you ever ordered something like chicken chop suey,
what is
that was not invented in South Africa. That was not invented in China. That was invented in America.
What?
Americans made chop suey and thought, we're going to call this meal chop suey. And if you go to China and you order chop suey, they don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Isn't that crazy? All right, here's your first question. Your first question. Are you ready?
I am. I don't know about anyone else, Steve.
I am.
What can move and be still at the same time?
Stairs.
Who's not shouting out? What can move but be still at the same time? So I see Soso. What do you think?
I just read my hand.
You're not sure? Colossus, what do you think?
Elevators.
An elevator is moving, but it's
sometimes
still. How is it still if it's moving?
because nobody can see it. Ooh.
Stairs. Stairs.
Raise your hand.
There's no move. Yes, Stropes?
Some elevators.
But how is an elevator moving and still at the same time?
Well, some elevators are moving and still. Like at the Spyscape Museum, they have a huge glass elevator, and the elevator doesn't move itself. There's something pushing it.
Okay, but it's still moving. What do you think?
Escalators.
But it's still moving.
Well,
And how is it still?
only it just goes down. That is
Not true. The steps move. If you stand on the steps and your body moves, the steps must be moving.
unless you walk down the steps.
This is a tricky
Unless
one.
you walk down the steps. And you blink.
Yes, Colossus.
Outer
Outer space.
Outer space. The Earth.
Remember, I want to know what can move and be still
The
at the
Earth.
same time.
Earth. The Earth.
How is the earth moving and still?
Interrupting.
Humans. We're moving. Humans. We can move, but we
Luke,
can also be still.
Cage, you raised your hand, no one called on you, and you started to
But
speak.
at the same
Strops, whose hands is up and is silent. What do you think?
The Milky Way.
How is it moving and still at the same time?
Well, since the Earth is moving, the Earth makes it look like it's moving, and then the Milky Way stays still.
Oh, so you think the Milky Way is actually standing still?
So how's it moving?
Let me tell you, the Earth might be moving, but so is the Milky Way. And that Milky Way is probably moving at several million miles an hour.
So, nice job on the hand. What do you say?
It looks still, but when you pick up your food,
Your food looks still. You're on the right track, but it's not that.
Minecraft?
what's it called again? Water's from the sea.
Salt water.
You are getting even closer.
Currents.
Who's not shouting out and has their hand up?
Strops.
Yeah, Strops.
Maybe it's jelly.
Aha! That's not it. No. Nice try. Come on. Minecraft, you were the closest. Minecraft was definitely the closest.
Luke Cage.
Or maybe currents.
That's also not it. No. Nice try, though. I see. Yes. At the back there.
The ocean.
The ocean is moving, but it's not still.
Yes, it is, because the ocean doesn't
Oh,
move.
you're calling out.
And some people are earning points.
Colossus? Air molecules, he says.
Air molecules are moving and still. I don't think they're still, though.
What? Oh, you and flex, Mom.
Your face is moving all the time.
Modules on it. Blood cells.
Did you give up?
Yes.
No, it's close to water.
I'll give you a clue. A, water is very close to the answer. And B, you see a lot of it in New York during the summer.
So?
What did you say it was, so?
Sun.
The
Can't
sun.
hear you. You have to speak up.
Sun.
No, not the sun. Colossus.
Sun rays.
Rain.
Sun rays. Sun rays.
Oh, sun rays. There we go. That's also not right.
Ah. I want to do that.
What do you think, Straubs?
Rain.
Did you say rain? Oh, my word. Eventually, someone got it wrong. Anyone else? I'm going to have to give you the answer, but you're going to kick yourselves. The answer is a bottle of still water.
I know it was water.
A bottle of still water can move and be still at the same time.
It's still
Oh.
Wasn't that sneaky?
Oh my gosh, it's so sneaky.
And of course, we did have someone called Minecraft who said water, and I said you were very close.
Very close.
All right, let's give you another one. This one will definitely put some chest on your hairs. I'm going to put this over here. Let's see if you can work it out. Right. We've done one of these before. Let's see if you guys can handle it.
Friends, please stop picking.
Let's go like this. There we go. I'm going to try and make it a bit bigger. And let's share the screen.
I'm getting ready.
Okay. This is one of those things where you need to work out what the word is. And I give you clues. My first, when it says my first, it's talking about my first letter. It can be found in the word mammoth, but it cannot be found in the word elephant. My second letter can be found in the word raccoon, but not in the word beaver. So see if you can work out what this thing is.
What's a line? Yes. Sorry. No. I don't want to.
What's that for?
Friends, please focus on the thought work and not the talking to each other. You don't need to read it out loud.
I'm not doing this. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
Oh, it's a cursor.
Yes, that's it.
And if you get it, don't shout out the answer.
Steve, I think you forgot the word for.
We cannot look at curses and
It's a synonym for a mule. It's not a curse word.
It's not a curse word.
It's okay. Settle down.
That's
friends.
I'm a unicorn. Thank you.
Is anyone getting close to cracking this one?
Me.
Koala and kangaroo. Okay.
Do you need a clue?
No.
Yes.
No.
I think some are still working.
Well, I mean, you do know how many letters are in the word, don't you?
Yep.
It's a 6-letter word, isn't it? And we do know that if you go and draw 6 letters, 1, 2, let me just draw it this way, 3, 4, 5, 6, then you know that if it's in mammoth but not in elephant, it means it can't be the T, it can't be the H, it can't be the A. So it's either going to be an M or an O. So write down all the options, and then you might be able to work out what the word is. It's either going to start with an M or an O.
Yes,
Don't just guess.
Yes, I was. Oh, I just got a few words. That's the first letter. Like wolves.
Who's getting close?
Me. You know.
Okay.
I have 2.
Do you need a hint?
Yeah.
Life is not about you.
I mean, I helped you start it off, so it can't be so bad if you've started it off.
It's a
Now I've
monkey.
really helped you.
It's a monkey.
It is a monkey indeed. And what made you guess that?
I was just looking at my options. I played around with starting out the word with O, but that wasn't really getting me anywhere. And if I start with M, I knew the next letter needed most likely to be a vowel. So the only vowel in the second position is the O. And then I played around with using a D or a B, as the consonant, but that wasn't getting me anywhere. So that got me to MON. Once I got to MON, it became apparent pretty quickly.
Boom. Drop the mic.
Yeah.
Now, what I would like to see is what would happen if you guys had to try and invent one, but just for a 3-letter word. So let's say I choose the word, let's go with cats. Okay. My first clue would be my first letter is in the word. Let's see. It's in the word car, but it's not in the word ram. But now, if you did that, the problem is they know that it's not going to be those two. It has to be a C. So you don't want to make it too obvious. So maybe you could say my first letter is in crab, but it's not in car. And that means it can't be an A and R, but it could be a C or a B. Can you see that? So you guys, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to see if you can come up with a 3-letter word and then some clues. And we'll pick one or two of you at random and see if you can trick us all.
Three-letter word.
And I know this is challenging because who knows what a 3-letter word is?
Usually goes consonant, vowel, consonant. Yeah.
Not necessarily. It could be a 3-letter word that has
Usually.
3 consonants and no vowels.
Or one consonant and 2 vowels. Picking one of those right now. Aha is one, yeah. I was also thinking I see you.
I see.
See.
Oh.
S-E-E.
So like if I'm doing. Let me tell you what we're doing. What I need help.
You got some examples on the board?
First fix. Steve.
Yeah. Are you going to come and show me?
Yeah, what should I do for this sentence here?
Okay, so if
This
you're,
is the word I'm doing.
is that, okay, so then I would say the first letter is in the word dog, but not in the word, let me write this down so I can see it. So you're saying your first letter is in the word dog, but it's not in the word dentist.
Oh.
So that still leaves some options.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thanks,
Good one.
I finished.
You finished. Let's have a look. Let's see. So your first one is in cat, but not
Is in cat,
rat.
but not rat.
Okay.
The second one is in alpha, but not big.
Yes.
And then the third one is in wrap, but not class.
That is a decent one. Do you think they'll guess it?
What?
Do you think they'll guess it?
Mm-hmm.
We see it.
Well, they see it. They see it on the board.
Then you're cheating.
Oh, so then they know.
I finished.
You finished. What have you finished? Yes. So do you think I'll guess that one?
Yeah.
Is it a tough one?
It's a 3-letter word.
That's great. And that's really good.
Okay, so we're gonna do yours. I'm gonna write it down on the sheets, and let's see if anyone can work out what it is. Let me clear the screen.
Here, I'll cover it.
Clear the page. Okay, so call yours out. What are the clues?
Oh, no, you can see it through. You have to just do this. Just do it right here. No, I got the thing.
So tell me with the first letter. We know it's a 3-letter word.
So
The first letter is in what?
dog, but not in dentist.
So it's in the word dog, but it's not in the word dentist. So let me make a note of that. Okay. The second letter?
The second letter is in colonial, but not
Colonial.
Colonial.
not class.
So it's in colonial, yes, but not in.
Class.
What was that?
Class, I don't know.
Class. Okay. It's not in the word class. And the third one?
The third letter's in dying, but not trying.
It's in dying, but not trying. Oops. Trying. Okay. Do you think you can work out what her word is?
Everybody must figure out what word I did, so we can get a piece of my honey bun.
It's a good one. It is a good one. I actually think your answer is great.
Yay!
That's a little hint. Are they going to crack your one, so?
Sad? What? Sad?
I think I have it.
Everybody should know. You can't have it. Everybody should.
I just read your clues. I never read your word. I read your clues.
That is so funny. So you think you got it, Mr. P?
I do, but I'm going to give other people more time.
Okay. Let's give them a minute or two.
I think dog. Incorrect. That was
If it's in dog, but not in dentist, how can it start with a letter D?
You see, as easy as these are, they're not always that simple. Especially at this time of the day.
3 letters.
Yeah.
Over here, Stubbs.
Incorrect though.
There's no A in either dog or dentist.
What are you guys thinking? Oh.
How can it be ant?
Maybe it's
They just think of 3-letter words and hoping for the best.
That's okay.
bad at
We all have tired days.
Are you guys feeling that the landing gear is coming down?
I'm so good.
Mr. P, does it feel like the landing gear is coming down?
It does, yeah. I think it's a combination of landing gear and lots of pollen in the cockpit.
Oh, you think so?
I do.
Or maybe already people are in holiday mode.
Maybe.
Maybe. In fact, a lot of people, they say that this is the month of Maycember. Instead of December, it's Maycember.
Yeah. Luke Cage. Did you solve it? So why are you opening up a book called Big Nate? You didn't solve it. I bet it is a good book, but you're not in the Big Nate after school class.
No, you're definitely not.
There is no Big Nate after school. You should.
Well, my point is thusly reinforced.
So let's have a look. We know that it's a 3-letter word. We know that the first letter is in the word dog, but it's not in the word dentist. So it can either be an O or a G. The second letter is in the word colonial, but it's not in the word class. So if it's not in class, it can either be an O, an N, or an I.
Lucas got it right. I got it.
And the last one, if it's in dying,
Lucas
but
got
not
it.
in trying. I think that was pretty easy. Lucas, what do you think it was?
I think it's
Luke
God.
Cage. You think it's?
God. Yeah, I did it too.
That is, I'll tell you after the commercial break. Right, we are back. And you are correct. It is indeed God. All right. Are you ready for another brain teaser?
Yes.
Wait, my turn.
Oh, you want a turn? Are you sure?
Yeah. Please.
Okay, let's hear you. Let's hear you. What are your clues?
You can just read your clues. You don't have to show them.
My first is in waterfall, but not in gang.
Hold on 1 second. It's in the word waterfall, but it's not in the word
Dang.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
OMG. Dang.
Oh, like dang.
Yeah, dang.
Dang, I hit my thumb with the hammer.
Dang.
Oh, like that.
Dang.
Yes.
And then a second is in marker, but not in crayon.
Oh, that's clever.
Ink.
I like that.
Bending the ink machine.
Clever.
My second is in marker, but not in crayon.
Got it. Next.
My last is in horrible, but not in truth. What am I?
And not in truth. Okay. Well, we know it's a 3-letter word. We know that if it's in waterfall, but it's not in dang, it can't be that. Can't be that. So it's either going to be a W, a T, an E, an R, an F, or an L. That's a lot. Then, of course, it's in marker, but not in crayon. So it can't be any of those.
Will you reshare your screen, Steve?
Oh, am I not sharing my screen? Silly
No.
me. Let's try that again.
That's what?
Where is my share screen button? There. And here and here.
I don't mean
There we go.
instead of truth, I mean math.
And hold on 1 second. So we've got, can't be an R over here. So it's either M, K, or E. And then the last one is it's in horrible, but not in truth. Can't be the H. Can't be
Excuse
the
me,
R.
Steve. I
Yes?
actually meant mad.
Sorry?
I actually meant mad, not truth.
You said mad.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
So it's not in mad, but it is. So we've got horrible. And there's no A or D or M there. So it could be any one of those letters, which makes it quite difficult. B, L, E, and I. Okay. There could be a bunch of things that it could be. If we start with a W, then the next thing would probably be an E. We could have web. We could have we. If we start with a T.
Oh, wait, I made another mistake. Oh,
Oh, boy.
Alright, get out the bus.
So if you've made all those mistakes, then of course that's going to change everything.
Pen, not my first idea. Pen.
So let me tell you one thing, which I think is interesting, is that when I set Math Olympiad papers, it's very important that I make sure that the questions don't have errors in them. Because when I set a question paper for 5 people, no one spots the error. When I set a question paper for 150,000 people, everyone spots that error and they all feel the need to tell me that they've spotted this error. So over the years, I've realized you get the right people to check your questions. And here's an example of a question that you've got to be careful of. Let's go like this. I'm going to try my best to draw it. It's not a great drawing, but let's go. Am I sharing my screen with you yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so let me share the screen so you can see my beautiful artwork.
It's amazing, Steve. Looks like a Rothko.
Well, I know a lot of people are quite envious of my ability. Look at that.
What?
Now imagine these were perfectly straight lines and it was a beautiful drawing. And I want to know how many triangles are in this picture if it was drawn perfectly.
Okay, I'll just do that for you. So okay, so
Should be easy for you to work out how many triangles there are.
I only want them. I know the answer. I'm gonna just kind of restart. So, because when I be on the same page,
What do you think, Strauss?
36.
I got 30, and then I started to visually lose what I had already tracked. So I'm not confident in my answer.
I got 16.
Okay, so we've got 16, we've got 30. So far,
Oh, so I did this
neither of
Actually, I'm
those
gonna amend
are
that to
correct.
32. I see 32 now.
Aha, 32.
Oh, no,
It's not 32.
I forgot the second time. Okay, so,
Minecraft, what do you think?
well, right now I'm on 31.
Ooh, he's on 31.
Oh, 33. 4, 35, 36. No.
37? Minecraft says 37, Steve.
37 is the incorrect answer. Try again.
What do you say, Strauss?
36.
You sticking with 36? All right.
Steve.
That is not correct.
Steve.
So I'll tell you what, some of you are getting closer to the right answer, but I haven't heard the right answer yet.
Mm.
Who's the closest?
The closest would be some of you.
I have, Mr. Steve, I think I have the good answer.
Let's hear it.
I think it's 40. Yeah.
Aha! 40. There's a lovely round number, but it's not the correct answer.
It's not 32, not 36, not 40. You have a new answer, Stubbs?
I have a question.
Okay, question away.
After this, can we play the game where you try to trick us into saying yes or no or not in our head?
But you guys are too easy to catch out.
You two deserve it.
Remember that game where you try not to?
Yeah.
Can we play that?
We'll see. It depends on your conduct. Mr. P and I will judge to see if you guys have behaved yourselves well enough to earn the right to play the yes, no, maybe game.
Hate ourselves?
Behaved.
Any ideas on how many? All right, should we have a look at the answer to this one?
I think so, Steve.
And you know what? If I was going to be doing this one, let me show you how I would explain it, because the problem with this one here is that a lot of people think they have to count all the triangles and actually write the numbers in, but you don't. Watch this. I'm writing the numbers in so that when I tell you which triangles I'm talking about, you'll go, oh, now I know which ones it is. Okay, we can all agree that from 1 to 16, those are all going to be triangles. You happy with that?
Yeah.
And now if you just look at the one corner piece, just the one corner piece over here, notice 1 and 2 are a triangle. And then, of course, 2 and 3 are a triangle. 3 and 4 are a triangle. And 1 and 4 are a triangle. So actually, in one corner piece, you've got 4 single triangles and 4 double triangles, which means you've got 8 times 4, which gives you 32. But the problem is that this corner piece is attached to this corner piece here. And when that happens, then it means 4, 3, 5, 8.
Right.
Can you see that? 4, 3, 5, 8. And then, of course, the other way, 2, 3, 5, 6. And that means we've got 2. 1 going up, 1 going down on the top, on the side, on the bottom,
Oh, wow.
and of course on the other side. And that means we're adding 8 to our total. So now we're up to 40. And then, of course, this whole diagonal here.
Mhm.
There is 1 triangle. And on the other side, the flip side, that's 2. And if we take the other diagonal, that's 3. And then the other diagonal, that's 4. And that means we are sitting with another 4 more. And if you put that together,
Pretty cool.
it's an Olympiad paper. You've got to be careful of how you ask the question. If I had said to you, how many triangles can you see in that picture? Whatever answer you write down is correct.
Yeah.
Because it's whatever you see. So some people get smart and they go, how many triangles of different sizes are there? And that opens up a problem because that means you've got to exclude the ones that are the same size.
Right.
And some people say, how many triangles of all sizes? And even then, that can be misinterpreted. So you've got to be very careful about how you actually ask these questions. Otherwise, I get the flack when it comes to the exam, and I have 175,000 people taking part. They all moan and groan about 1 mark in that question paper. It's like, no, but you said the answer was 7 and it's actually 8. And they will fight tooth and nail to get that extra mark so they can get 19 out of 25 instead of 18 out of 25. And that's going to make all the difference to them. Right. You want another tough question?
No, can you play the game?
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. Okay. This is an interesting one. I'm going to paste it in the screen. Let's see if it'll work. Where's my clear the screen? And I will share it in a second. And let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's increase the font size. How do we? There we go. That was easy to increase. And let's just move that a little bit this way. And now I'm going to share my screen. Right. We have a shop. It's down near Times Square, and they sell bicycles and tricycles. But they've put the bicycles and tricycles together in the shop. So if you had to count them, you would see that there were 32 bicycles and tricycles mixed together. Some of them are bicycles, some of them are tricycles, but all together, he's got 32 of those things in his shop for rent. Now, the shopkeeper, he counted all the wheels of the bicycles and tricycles, and guess what? He came up with 74 wheels. What I would like to know is how many were bicycles and how many were tricycles. Now, that one you've got to think a little bit deeper than the other ones you've been doing. We know there were 32 bicycles and tricycles all together. So you can't change the number of how many things there are. But I want to know, and remember, altogether there were 74 wheels. Here's a hint. Bicycles have 2 wheels. Tricycles have 3. That's a hint.
Exactly.
Whenever somebody asks me what's my favorite school, I always say avocado.
Tricky stuff, this, isn't it? And what we will do is we'll discuss methods of solving a problem like this, because these come up all the time, but they just wear different disguises. Any progress?
I think I'm almost there. I almost got it.
How many bicycles and how many tricycles?
I think there's 16 bicycles and 14 tricycles.
Okay. There's one theory. Let's write that down so we can actually check to see if you are correct. You said 16 bicycles
Yeah.
and 14 tricycles. Okay. Any other theories?
You may not do that. It's not a choice that's available. Okay, do you agree with me? You worked that out?
I agree. I agree a lot.
Yeah, I thought that too.
I personally disagree.
He disagrees.
And I'll tell you why. Because if you read the question, it said there were 32 bicycles and tricycles. And if you add that together,
All right.
you only get 30. So you are short
I
of
left
some
that out.
transport.
I
You are
left that
short
out.
of some transport.
Look at that.
But don't worry, because Colossus was agreeing with you. He was, I agree with Mr. P. Yeah, absolutely.
I totally disregarded that piece of information. All right.
So now how do we go about solving this? Any luck?
Okay. Okay. So 26 times 2 is 52. That would be 4, 6 times 3 is 18. That's 60. That's 70. Okay. Almost there. 25 times 2 is 50. And 7 times 3. That's 71. 23 times 2 is 46. 7 plus 9 times 3 equals 27. Okay. I think I got it.
You think you got it this time?
4, 8, and then 10 times. Yes. Okay. So
How many bikes and how many trikes?
we've got 22 bicycles and 10 tricycles.
So how do we actually go about solving something like this? And I've seen this question come up so many times, but it's wearing a different disguise. And I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. Where did I put the whiteboard? It's over there. And let's go like this, and go like that. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Right, so the first thing you do is I normally put a column and I put their bikes and trikes. And I ask if there are 32 items, let's choose 16 and 16 of each. Then I know there are definitely 32 items. Happy with that?
Yep.
But I know that I need to get 74 wheels. That's the key. So if I've got 16 bikes, that's going to be 48 wheels. And if I've got 16 trikes, it's going to be 32. And if I add that together, 48 and 32, I get
80.
80. So I've got too many wheels. So how do I get rid of wheels?
You lose a trike and gain a bike.
Correct. If I move a trike over to the bikes, I still keep my 32, but then my wheels will change. So if I move 5 of them over, I'll have 21 and I'll have 15. Is that right? No.
But 21 and
I'll have 11.
16 minus 5, guys.
So if I take 5 over here, then this becomes 21. It's 5 bigger. This will become 5 smaller, which means it becomes 11. So right now, I still have 32 bikes. But 21 bicycles, that will be, did I get it the other way around? Sorry, that's supposed to be swapped, bikes and trikes. If this is 21 bikes, it's going to be 42 wheels. Do you agree? And 11 bikes is going to be 33 wheels, trike, sorry. And if I add that together, that's what? 75. I'm so close. I need to get rid of 1 more wheel. So I move 1 more trike over, 22 bikes and 10 trikes. 10 times 3 gives me 30. And 2 times 22 gives me 44. If I put that together, I get my 74, which means 22 trikes and 10 bikes.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure does.
And what is interesting is that question could be asked like this. A farmer has some ostriches and some horses. If they are all together 40 heads and 100 legs, how many ostriches and how many horses did he have? Same sort of thing, except your bicycles have 2 and 3 wheels. Your ostriches and your horses have 2 and 4 legs. So there's a slight difference there. If you really want to get sneaky, a farmer has 10 snakes and 4 rabbits. All together, there are 16 legs. How many snakes are there? And you see, what I found fascinating is when I asked a question similar to that, most people thought the rabbit has only got 2 legs because it sits like this. And they forgot that it doesn't have legs. Of course, it's got 4 legs because it's got to jump around.
Oh, boy.
You can jump like this. Not without your leg.
Oh, can you?
What's up, Minecraft?
Can I say riddle?
You got a riddle for me.
Speak up, buddy.
So, it's this 3-letter word. Yeah, 3-letter word thing. I got one.
It is my first letter is in the word if, but not in the word lip.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Let's write this down. So, and you know what I do? Always, it's automatically. I like to sketch notes and write things down because when it's there, it's obviously easier to see. So you were saying your first letter is in the word lip?
If.
Oh, sorry, if. Yeah.
And but not in the word lip.
Okay. Your second letter?
It's in hip, but not in flop.
Hip, but not in
Flop.
flop. And 3?
My third letter is in Alex, but not in all.
It's in Alex.
That's my dad.
But it's not in?
But it's not in all.
How do you spell that?
ALL.
Oh, all. Okay. So let's see. 3-letter word. We know the first letter is in I and F, but it's not in, so it has to be F. We know the second letter, it can't be a P, but it can be an H or an I. And the last one, if it's not an A or an L, then it must be an E and an X. So I would go with fix.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see how I worked it out?
YouTubers that fix stuff. It's a Felix.
So sometimes there is method in the way you solve problems because we like to get close to the answer, and sketches and writing notes and that sort of thing certainly does help a lot. All right, what time are we finishing today? So I can pace the game a little bit.
In 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. So I want to give you another brain teaser, and then if there's time, we'll play the game. So you're going to have to solve the brain teaser super quickly. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I don't think everyone's sitting down nicely and listening.
Bosses, if you want to play the game later, you need to participate now. That's the deal.
Yeah, dealer knows this. So
That is the deal. Okay. Are we ready?
Carpet. Or a chair, that's fine. But you need to be
Right.
with us, not back there on that chair.
Okay. So here's the thing. There is a guy by the name of Jay Leno. Have you ever heard of him?
Bring it up.
what?
Jay Leno. Have you ever heard of Jay Leno? Mr. P, you've probably heard of Jay Leno.
Absolutely, that chin, that hair.
And what about Jay Leno? What does he collect that is so unique?
Old cars.
Old cars. So can you imagine Jay Leno decides, and I'm going to draw this for you. Let me share the screen. What did I do with my screen? Let's see if I can find it again. Here we go. I'm going to go here. There it is. Jay Leno decides he's going to go to his garage, and he's got a special garage for the most expensive cars in the world. Car number 1, car number 2, car number 3, car number 4. I would like to know from you, how many different ways can he park those 4 cars next to each other? He could park them. He could go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I suppose he could also park it the other way around. 4, 3, 2, 1. What else could he do? How many different ways can he park his car? His 4 cars. Write them down. I want to know how many ways.
Mhm.
Are you getting close? Are there so many? That is the question. Maybe there's not as many as you think.
I got 7 already. Not 8. I have a question, Steve.
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
Do the cars all take up all the space?
They have to fill up all those spaces, yes.
Oh, okay. Do you like turn the spaces sideways?
No, as they are.
Oh, then I got it like wrong. I need a bunch of different.
Isn't this interesting?
I think you got 20.
I think it's 24.
Yeah.
You going with 24?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
But we did it.
I found out all the combinations, I think, if we begin with 1. And then I'm extrapolating that there should be the same number of combinations if we begin with 2, if we begin with 3, if we begin with 4. So then the solution becomes 6 times 4.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if I were doing it, I'd be looking for patterns. Patterns obviously are the best way to do it. So here's what some people do. Let me share the screen with you. Here's what some people do. They go, oh, this is so easy. I'm so good at these things. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4, 2, 1, 3. There's 3, 4, 1, 2. There's 2. And they write all these things out, and then they can't remember if they've done them already or not. So the key is to actually try and find a pattern. Let's see if I can rub that all out. And like Mr. P said, if you start off with a pattern, you say, all right, well, let's make number 1 on top here. And then we can put 2, 3, and 4. Then we can have 2, 4, and 3. Do you agree?
Yep.
Then we can give number 3 a turn to go second. And it'll be 2 and 4. Then it'll be 1, 3, 4, and oops. I don't know how that happened. Where did it go?
Undo the whole thing.
Oh boy, I think it just disappeared. Let's try that again. Sometimes it has a life of its own. So we're going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do 1, 2, 4, 3. Then we'll do 1, 3, 4, 2. Then we'll do 1, 3, 2, 4. And the only one who hasn't had a turn to go second is 1, 4, 2, 3. And 1, 4, 3, 2. Can you see what we did here?
Yeah.
We kept this all number 1. And then, of course, over here, we gave everyone a chance to go second. And then we gave everyone a chance to have the alternating pairs at the end. And that means there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different patterns with number 1 at the beginning. That means there's going to be 6 different patterns with number 2 at the beginning, 6 with number 3 at the beginning, and 6 with number 4 at the beginning. And if you add that up, you get 24.
Yay! That's really fun.
Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
And of course, these kind of questions come up in different ways. Sometimes they'll say, there are 4 children sitting on the floor, and they've never met each other before. So they all have to introduce themselves to each other and shake hands. But they are only allowed to shake hands once with each other person. How many handshakes take place? So once again, you've got to find a pattern. Those are good ones to find a pattern. Sometimes they say, oh, there was a tennis tournament and everyone got to play one person, and then the winner would go through to the next round, and you would keep playing like that until you had one final winner. How many matches were played? And they often draw it in a picture. They'll go, here we go. Where's erase the page? They'll go, yeah, here we go. We got 10 people playing at this tennis tournament. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These 2 will play against each other. These 2 will play against each other. These 2, and these 2. And the winners will go through and verse each other over here. And the winners will go through over here. And of course, this one will go through to the next round. These 2 will play against each other. And then they will have a winner who will play against this person here. And the winner will then go through. Yay, that's the winner. And the question is, how many matches do they need to play if there were 10 players? And what is fascinating is that there's a simple answer to that one. Do you know what the answer is? Schrops, what do you think the answer is?
90.
90.
Yeah.
No, not that many. The answer is, yes, Luke Cage?
10.
10. No. The answer is 9 matches.
Yeah.
Why? Because quite simply, if there are 10 players, it means 9 of them are going to lose and 1 of them is going to win.
Oh.
But yet people will go and draw all of those partners, and then they'll calculate it all and count it all up and go, the answer is 9. And I could have told them 9 straight away, because if everyone is playing until they have one final winner, you're going to have 9 losers and 1 winner.
Right, because for each loser, there's exactly 1 match. You can't have
Correct.
a loser without having a match.
Correct. Okay, are you guys up for a little bit of a game?
Yes.
So what I want you to do is I need you to each grab a piece of paper.
No, can we do the game one?
Oh, don't worry, you're going to love this piece of this game.
Yes, paper.
Each going to have one piece of paper. And today, Mr. P, you are going to witness art like it's never been created before.
Excellent.
Okay, has everyone got a piece of paper?
Not yet. They're moving pretty slowly, Steve.
I've noticed this. They're like sloths. We could call this group the sloth group.
Yes, like the slow loris. You know what those
Yes.
are?
Uh-huh.
Like,
And if you tickle it under its arm, then it goes, It puts
That's
its
right,
arms
they
up.
do.
Yep. There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to sit in a circle.
Right.
So come sit in a circle.
When you get rules for a game, do you say, why does it have to be this? You like open up Monopoly and start questioning the rules? Or do you just play by them? You guys are not in a circle. Think about the clock. Somebody said at 12, somebody said at 3, somebody said at 6, and somebody said at 9.
I'm at whatever. It's 9.
Okay. Are you in your circle now?
Okay, I'm gonna help you. Minecraft, sit right here. Okay, sit right here. Colossus, you just sit right there on the rug. Okay, now you're in a circle.
Right. So here's what you need to do. I am going to say ready, steady, go. And you are going to draw something on your piece of paper. And then I'm going to say stop. And I want everyone to pass their board to the person on their left. And then I'm going to give you another countdown. And that means you're going to carry on that person's drawing in any way you like. And then I'm going to say stop. And you're going to pass it on to the person on your left. And we are going to be doing some group artwork. All right. Are we ready? Start drawing now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Pass it to the person on your left.
What?
Pass your board to the person on your left. Please don't scribble on the person's drawing. Just carry on drawing. Add whatever you like. And 5.
Maybe you should get something that works.
Yeah, all of stop.
Come on, Greg, grab a pencil. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap. Everyone stop what they're doing and swap with the person on your left.
No, not appropriate.
Ew, is this Pikachu?
Right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Pass it to the person on your left.
Oh.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Pass it to the person on your left.
You gotta move faster. You're not passing that time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Pass it to the person on your left. And how much time we got left? We got about? Mr. P, how much time we got left? Are we still okay for time? 4 minutes. Okay. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pass the person on your left.
That's my guinea pig.
5,
Guinea pig.
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop. Right. Luke Cage, bring your picture up to me, please. I want to have a look.
That's my picture, though.
It's everyone's picture, actually. So what I see there is what happens when a mosquito, that's a mosquito that was flying in a fly trap. You know those ones that electrocute you? And unfortunately, this mosquito is now a disco champion.
What?
It's a guinea pig.
Very impressive. He's a disco champion. Right, let's have a look at the next one. Let's see. Straubs, what's yours looking like?
It's crazy.
It's not Pikachu now.
Let's see, crazy. Right, so yours, Straubs, is a very angry queen. She was sitting there, and unfortunately, no one asked her to the ball, and it could have been something to do with the moustache that she had, and she was deeply upset. My head is on fire. Okay, who's next?
Not me.
Colossus, let's see yours.
Colossus, so.
Colossus, come on. Get the lead out, buddy. Get up there.
Colossus, you got a, bring it back a little bit further back. You got a teapot.
Colossus, you're not holding it so we
I
can
can't see it. Can't see it. You need to move further back. There we go. It's a teapot that needs a shave. It's got a little bit of stubble on it. Very impressive. And then
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
That's my notebook.
Ah, that is amazing. It's a portrait of me.
No, it's not.
Oh, it looks like me. This guy is Wolverine, who unfortunately did not go to the Wolverine lessons, and the claws popped out of his shoulders instead of his fingers. And instead of having 5 blades on his feet, unfortunately, he only has 2 toes. Very impressive. Okay, come take a seat. We've got about 2 minutes left.
See.
You can give. Okay, what I found interesting is that some of you started off drawing something in your books, thinking, okay, this is what I would like to draw. But as soon as you gave it to the person on your left, they took your creativity and went in a completely different direction. And then just when things were going well, the next person looked at it and thought, nah, I'm going to change it completely again. But what was interesting is that by the end of all the pictures, there actually was a really impressive set of artwork from each of you. Mr. P, what was your opinion?
I was interested in those who chose to trace, and then those who chose to do something freehand. And I was also interested in the mixture of text and line.
Ah, you see? So what happens is when you put someone in a situation like that, you force them to be creative. And that is really, really cool. But I'm afraid, young artists, the Leonardo da Vinci's and the we need a woman painter, the Warhols, the Warthogs, and the and all the others, and the Taylor Swifts. We wish you all a super duper day. And I believe we don't have that many sessions left.
I think we have 2.
We've got 2 sessions left. So you do know, let me have a look. Let me have a quick squiz. Today is the 16th. Okay, so today is the 16th. We've got the 23rd and we've got the 30th.
Yeah,
and I believe that's it. So on the 30th, I know for that session, are the parents coming to that one?
I'm not sure. I need to check with our after-school director, Steve.
Okay, because if they are, I think we can certainly do a Kahoot for that session. A crazy Kahoot. Are they up for that?
Wait, could we have the parents clap at the
You were just asked the question and none of you are answering.
Yeah.
Would you like a Kahoot?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the activities that we will do will be a crazy Kahoot on the last session that we have together. I see a question.
What about those candies?
He's clarified that 3 times now. He said that they're gonna come with him when we meet up. He even said that at the beginning of this class.
And I'm sure you guys are going to be back after the summer anyway. So whoever didn't get from me, there will be stuff for you. Don't worry. I'll make sure there's extra stuff. I'll bring a suitcase filled with goodies.
Excellent. All right, Steve, we have to say goodbye. Guys, say goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye, Steve.
Bye-bye.